Tim, what's your topic?
What are the unsexiest things about
Oh,
sex?
jeez.
We've been missing a Tim topic for a while, so you're welcome.
How do you feel when people yell at you about, or yell just in general about the thumbnails on the YouTube shows?
I'm just like, guys, come on.
You make all
just so you know, I'm the guy that makes the thumbnails on these videos.
My favorite was when the Emma Watson one was used on the super fight thing, and there was a thread about like, why does she keep using these over sexualized images?
And it was just her like shaking someone's hand.
Like
And we talked about Hermione.
I made the conscious decision to not use a sexy picture of her. Many exist. I was like, no, we're just talking about her as a person.
Super fight video. Go check it out.
With tight clothes on.
She wasn't.
Well, that's just how the game says that.
Yeah, well, we talk about worse things than the thumbnail.
So, what are the unsexy things about sex?
This comes up.
I can't wait to see where the origin is.
It's not even that bad. It's just I realize, I'm undressed. She's undressed. I still have socks on.
Oh, and then have to hop out of your
Then
socks.
it's just like,
That's a pain in the butt.
yeah. It's like, well, now we got to do this. Do I leave them on? Do I not? And here's the thing. Quick story about Tim Gettys.
Please tell me.
I don't care about wearing socks during sex. Never bothered me. Never really thought that was a weird thing to do.
Sure.
My feet, my little toesies, they're a little chilly.
Yeah.
Girls do not like that shit. They think socks are weird as fuck.
Well, socks are very weird. They're not natural socks. We weren't.
That was good. That was good. That was good. I like that.
Let me tell you about the sock.
It's not just a girl thing.
Really?
Guys don't like it. TS and Mallrats doesn't like it.
I don't mind if my wife wears socks.
I could care less.
Like, I
Are
could
we having
totally-
sex? Wear
That's
as
the
much
thing,
or
it's
as
like-
little as you want.
I don't prefer it. I just like, why would you care? But like a lot of my friends, I remember a long time ago, like they were making fun of someone like, yeah, dude, he wears socks during sex. And I'm like, is that a weird thing? Like, yeah, oh my God, that's like such a turn off. I'm like, oh, good to know.
And take off socks when you're making whoopee or whatever the hell you call it. He hates when you leave them on.
The most unsexy part of sex is afterwards. When you're done.
And now I'm gonna go clean.
I gotta
Awkward
go clean up now.
Yeah.
God almighty. It's just horrifying to think about it. Yeah. It's just,
I don't like the
smell.
smell of latex. That's not a turn
That
on
ain't
for me.
sexy.
No.
I haven't smelled the smell of latex in years. You know what I mean?
You got a vasectomy.
Yeah.
I think the thing I find least attractive about sex, not anymore so much, but when I was single, was how much money it costs you. Not in a prostitution sort of way, but like
Nick.
when you would go on dates, it would be like
Expensive.
$300, $200,
unsexy.
and
Where
you're
the
like,
fuck are you taking these people?
I date high class prostitutes.
Olive
Greg.
Garden.
You can't just
Hey, these
all you can eat.
breadsticks aren't all you
Hey,
need.
Yeah.
slow down on those breadsticks. We can
That's a
take some home with
ridiculous
us.
amount of money.
Oh, I used to go on dates in the city. It would be like $150 a date. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And
Well,
like
you said
you like,
300 a second ago.
well, because you'd go on like 3 or 4 dates before you would actually get.
See, it's
intimate.
weird. It's weird to think about this as an economy for you, the way you're spelling it out. That the $300 is what's getting you to the sex, rather than just hanging out.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
I
Like,
know. Well,
Yeah.
To clarify, you are saying that, so that's why I'm just.
That's
so I'm-
specifically what you're
If
saying.
we want to expand your point a bit, I'm
Yeah.
down for that. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying here. Let's fluff the blanket.
It's
We
expensive.
pulled
Like
it out of the
dating,
bag.
dating is expensive. If your entire goal is just to get laid, it's a very expensive venture. You're going out, you're buying drinks, you're seeing the person at multiple. I'm not talking like going out to a bar for a one night stand. I'm talking if you like someone, you want to date them. It just costs so much money, and there's so much time that goes into it. And a lot of it is predicated on like how into this guy is me, like how into this.
He's dating Bizarro.
this guy.
How into this guy is me.
How into me is this guy? Is he going to take care of me? Is he doing all this stuff? And only then do I feel like we should progress to the next level. I would say the next level.
Yeah.
Like it's like once that bank is
Bonetown.
full, you can climb the money up to the next level, and then we can get
And then you can get into being clean
naked.
up.
We can
Yeah.
wrap around our socks around each other's socks and go after it.
Man.
Yeah.
But about sex specifically.
Just the act of sex?
Yeah.
The act is kind of gross when you think about it.
The act is kind of, if you think too hard about any part of sex,
Yeah.
it is disgusting. The smells, okay, because there's some weird smells that can
There's some
happen.
weird smells. I'm not so much against the smells.
There's a lot of weird fluids that are happening
I'm down with the fluids.
that when you start thinking about it, or if it goes on too long, you're like, are you making a cake down there? What's happening?
I don't get it.
Yeah, what?
Do you never use like a certain specific type of like lube, and you look down and you're like, this it's all over the place. It's everywhere. It looks like a cake exploded.
I don't know who you've been fucking.
having sex with a Pillsbury Doughboy.
And there's there's the awkward like moments when air has to be released from pockets.
Yes.
Those are always weird. And you have to either go, do I giggle
just
or do I
pretend
pretend like it didn't happen?
You need to pretend it doesn't exist, and that's the hardest part, is because then like usually like the girl will feel very like self-conscious about it, which I totally get, and then it's just you just can't bring attention to it. But what I hate is when they keep bringing attention to it, and they keep going like it's not me, that's not me, and it
almost makes you want to just stop and like
anything.
push on the stomach to get it all out, and then keep going.
Well, what's funny too is when it's just like skin.
So quiet.
Like, oh, I can't do it. When it's like just that type of thing happens, but it's just like skin.
Oh, you get the suction cup action
Yeah.
between the sweaty skin.
It's so hard not to laugh from that.
bad.
I wouldn't say that's not sexy though.
I think it's super sexy. Any sort of slapping or
Super sexy.
smushing sound, I think
Slapping
is good.
is sexy.
Slapping sexy. You know, I don't know. I mean,
Like that.
the whole discussion of
I like that.
what to do next is always really not a good thing.
Yeah.
Because it's just like that can only go on for so long. Like that needs to be a question response. It can never be question because that's when it gets really weird.
Wait, what are you talking about?
It's like, so what do you want to do now? Then you just panic and you're just like, I don't know.
You're doing it wrong. You have to immediately pass out.
What? No, I'm talking
immediately
about
pass out.
during the act.
talking
Like,
about
while
don't
you're
pass
doing
out
it.
when you do it.
It's like you're doing one position,
Right.
and then you're just like, there's always that moment of, like, someone always goes, "What do you want to do? Like, what do you want to do
Someone
now?"
always goes.
I don't do. That's always you, Tim, because
not me.
you're such a freaking like
planning
list
it
monger.
out.
I've got 5 things we could do right now on my list. Top
He's
5
got- yeah, he's
ranked
got
from
drama.
You
5
want
to
this?
2.
You want this? You want this?
No, you gotta just go with the flow, man. It should be like a ballet.
No, see, and I get that.
It's 2 people
But
moving
then
in
once
and out
the
of each
ballet
other.
breaks, and once someone's like, "There's,"
Once
I don't want
the
to say
ballet
there's
breaks.
always a moment, but like I feel like there's a fair amount of moments where like there is discussion happening.
You're having sex for
Sorry.
way too long.
That's
It's
the thing.
lasting way too
That's
long.
the thing, is that a lot of Greg and I have had this conversation.
2 minutes max.
No, seriously, 10 minutes? Like, I don't want to do this. Sometimes
10 minutes.
Sometimes I'm just like, can we, like,
That's
all
half
right.
an episode of Seinfeld.
Well, it's just like enough already. You know? Like, all
Yeah.
right, I want to go, take care. Because some people are like, I had sex for, like, well, a lot of them for
Yeah.
45 minutes. Like, what are you, fucking crazy? You know? What is this, a
It's
porno?
it's a young man's game.
Dude, even when I was a young man, getting around with different ladies in my younger years, I wasn't going for 45 minutes. No
Or
one wants
around
to have
New
sex
Jersey.
for that long. You know? Like,
I
who
don't
wants
mind
to
if
have
you
sex for
stop and
fucking
then you come
45
back
minutes?
40 minutes later and do it again.
Sure, that's a different story.
Take a break, get some popcorn.
But honestly, 10 minutes is like a good.
popcorn
10
break.
minutes is great. That's a great.
10
10 minutes?
Yeah,
What-
10
with-
minutes, done.
Like,
I
I
like
could do
10
30 minutes with
sounds
foreplay.
That's
If we're making out somewhere and then there's some touchy-feely happening. But once you start having sex, I mean, 10 minutes sounds... That sounds okay. It sounds a lot, though. It sounds like a lot.
I
45 minutes sounds like I'm going to get up and have a Charlie horse afterward.
No, see, that's the thing. Is like I know a couple of my friends who shall remain nameless. Like they tell me stories, and their stories last way too long, and I'm talking like hours. And I'm like, that just sounds like it hurts people. And then I hear from the other side, they're like, that just really hurt. I'm like, that doesn't sound fun for anyone involved.
no, it's
Get
like
in there
you
with
gotta,
a mission.
and foreplay is another thing. Like this, I gotta. This is just, foreplay is just exacerbating sometimes. It's just like let's just cut to the chase. You know, we both know what we want. Yeah, we gotta warm up a little bit.
See, I don't mind
But
the
a
foreplay.
foreplay
'cause-
is like 5 minutes. All right, let's take our clothes off and let's get through this. So I
I
can.
don't know.
I
There's
gotta
something
get some
special about-
trophies and.
Well, it depends on how you define foreplay.
Gotta make a sauce.
yeah.
Because sometimes foreplay it can be fun, where you're like, this is all we're doing, so this is cool. Because sometimes you just don't like, especially with my relationship with my wife, sometimes it's like, oh, sex. There's such a commitment to that right now. We gotta take things off. Sometimes we just mess around, and that's kind of fun, which I like.
Yeah.
You know,
a big
there's
fan of
varying
that.
degrees of like what we need at the moment that we're very in tune with each other on. So we're like, oh, we're here. This is what we're doing. Cool. That's like 5 minutes. Then sometimes it's like we're in a hotel. Call room
Hotel
service.
sex is
Call
important.
room service.
Hotel
and tell them
sex
to come
is
in
essential.
2 hours. Because it's going to be like that.
No,
And then,
never
and
in a
then
million
5
years
minutes
we'll
later,
do
we're
that.
like, why did we tell them to come in 2 hours? Tell them to
now,
tell them to
we're
bring the
hungry.
food. I'm like, just bring it 5 minutes.
Yeah, see, I'm really upset with what
Some ice.
the internet's done to us. I love the internet in a lot of ways, but I feel like it devalued a lot of things, like the hand job. I want to give a shout out to the hand job. And I just want to let the ladies out there know that they're appreciated.
Oh, the HJ is
Most
great.
people don't like
Well,
them.
sometimes
They don't like them because they just don't know.
Well, if it's good, It's good. I mean, I remember. You know, that was the first thing you get when you're like, you know, first learning about sex and with, you know, being with a woman or whatever. Like, it's like
You're in the movie theater. You're watching Elf. I know.
you understand.
Yeah.
It's
You
like
got your first hand job.
That was
watching
not mine.
Elf.
That was my. I just used my friend's story.
That's really twisted.
it's funny like how there was
That's
like
that's some messed up stuff.
It's funny how when you're younger and even in college, like there's a lot of like beating around the bush, no pun intended, about like, you know, it's like, you know, the hand job or, you know, blow job, maybe just a lot of fooling around, never kind of going all the way. And then you realize that like a lot of like, it's just when you get a little older, like it seems like a lot of people just cut through the bullshit, you know, and they're like, no, let's just have, you know, we're having sex.
It's pretty crazy when you actually like meet a woman when you're older who's like, no, we're gonna have sex right now, and you're like, I don't understand. Well, let's have sex. Well, I don't understand. I don't. You know what I mean? Like I don't. You have to go through all these steps when you're.
What was that motion?
Money. It was a joke.
Oh,
it was a callback to earlier.
Yeah.
Oh.
Looked like a banana there.
Wait, no, wait.
For the record, your banana was floating in the air the way you just peeled it.
He has a banana holder.
Oh my god.
No, it is interesting. Like I've been with a couple women who were like very forward about it, and I'm like, I don't get this. I'm normally used to jumping through a lot more hoops and like
Sure.
dating
$300.
and like listening to you talk a lot, and now you're just like. Not in a bad way. It's not a bad thing.
It's so good.
You should communicate.
Not in a bad way. I was listening to you talking not in a bad way.
No, I was like listening
Listen,
attentively.
I've listened only for the reason of one day having sex with you.
Dude, when you were 23, that's all you cared about. That's all I cared about. I was like, everything you're saying is great. It's the best thing ever. Can we speed this up a little bit? Can we jump forward like 2 weeks from now when you finally like take pity on me and like let me keep my shirt on while we're doing it?
Take your shirt off.
No. Socks off, but keep the shirt on.
I'll take everything from the waist down off, but the shirt, that was the one thing I was always embarrassed about.
Really?
I was like, oh yeah, because I used to be super overweight. So
Well,
like,
yeah, I know the shadow boxing.
it's like swimming in the, you know, when you go swimming when you're a kid in high school, you're like, no, I'm gonna this shirt. I get sunburned early.
I try to keep
Easily.
as much clothes on now just because I'm lazy. You know, like I'm just like, because you just like gotta get redressed. Like, can I like keep my boxers on?
She's using the pee hole.
I like to no, I'm the opposite. I like to be.
Can I keep my shirt on?
I like to be free like an eagle. I just like to be free. It's so freeing being naked with another human being. Just
That's
free
true.
like an eagle.
It's a nice experience.
It's great. That's why I don't understand the socks thing. If you're gonna get the sock, get under the covers. Warm it up. Warm
Also
it up,
good
Chris.
point.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, now like the socks are like the first thing to go.
Have you
So
ever worn a hat?
The old story was the socks were hanging out too long?
Yeah.
Okay.
My
feel like-
socks thing I've gotten over.
I feel like I can imagine you or one of your friends wearing a trucker hat while doing it.
Definitely not me.
And
I
like,
don't even
see
know
you
which
on
friend
trucker.
you're
and like
talking
taking
about.
pictures, like selfies of yourself or something
No.
while you're doing it.
Well,
It's just your generation.
I'm
Just horrible
voyeuristic
people.
into this, yeah.
Are you? Have you ever filmed yourself?
Me? No,
Yeah.
I haven't.
I hear about people. every
He
once in
like
a while
he's
that
like
do it.
me. I filmed other people have sex.
Not me.
I have
Not
filmed
me though. That's
other-
weird. That's totally weird. I don't know. Do anything.
Well, this is an odd topic.
Yes,
It was a good topic.
From the
Who
pure
made
one.
that topic?
you did.
Oh shit!
That was yours.
That was a Tim Gettys topic. That
It
was a good one.
clearly was a Tim Gettys
Yeah.
topic.